So the question is there a conflict between my love of hip hop music and some of my conservative, what's the word? Predilections? I don't know. I mean, I don't really see. It's funny. I wrote for many years for conservative publications like the Washington Times and the New York Sun. Though I was also a contributing writer, editor, and still am to the New Republic. So, but I don't really see that. I don't think that my my inclinations on foreign policy are particularly born out of a traditional cultural conservatism. So, and I don't see myself in any way as socially conservative, in the sense that I don't really stay up at night worrying about men or women marrying each other. I don't particularly. I come out as sort of very libertarian on a lot of those issues. Hip hop is, in its own ways, kind of conservative in the sense that there's a narrative of kind of going from rags to riches and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, which we associate with the right in our country and the kind of lecturing of the poor. And a lot of hip hop is, how someone growing up in poverty had to sell drugs in order to provide for their daughter, to provide, a life that they would want to live. And so in that sense, hip hop is conservative. In another sense, that hip hop is, sadly, you could argue, has been valorized as gunplay, and so one would imagine, although it's rarely framed this way, that many rappers were Second Amendment enthusiasts. And finally, there is a kind of sense of, and I don't know if this is conservative or not, but I would say that Machiavelli would be a huge hip hop fan in the sense that rappers are forever concerned about the crowd and how they appear in relationship to other rappers and their power relationships. Machiavelli is fascinated by that, as I am fascinated by that as somebody who covers, world affairs. So in a sense, rap is its own like micro international community with beefs and all these other things. And and again, I don't know if that makes it necessarily conservative. In the stylistic sense of, like white guys in three-piece suits talking about bankers and stuff like that, it's not. But in another sense, I think that there are certainly some conservative strains throughout hip hop. Is that fair?